ESPN 8, The Ocho, bringing you the finest in seldom seen sports from around the globe since 1999.
Welcome in, everyone, to the 2020 BDGE Combine. Today, I am joined with my partner in crime, Tyler Moss. Do you have anything to say here today?
Absolutely. Very, very excited to do my first Combine. Excited to be here with you. Recently, I had just signed with ESPN Deportes. So very, very excited to finally get some national TV time. So welcome into the 2020 BDG Combine, everyone.
Yes, definitely. Welcome in. I also just got signed by ESPN, but I got signed by ESPN 8, The Ocho. So welcome into this. This is the BDGE 2020 Combine brought to you by Play Tex Tampons. Let's get right into this. Now, the first event of the evening is the 40-yard dash. Now, we're going to see some young men run their socks off or potentially not even make it to the end. We shall see right now. Our first competitor of the evening is Max the Animal on that great 40-yard dash. Now
look at the burst.
We see him begin to run here. This ultimate speed. He is looking, as one would describe, as fast as fuck. What an excellent time there at about 5+ seconds. Now, Stevie One Chain's got him clocked in at 5.86, but that's not too official. We don't deal with Stevie One Chain. So what do you think about that run real quick?
Oh, beautiful 10-yard shell. I mean, if we're just looking at his 10 yards, I mean, it's beautiful. The point of contact, the burst immediately off the line is incredible. Really gasses out towards 30-plus yards on that run. I would love to see a long-distance speed, but I'm not worried about it. The linebacker issue, don't worry about it. Initial speed is what we're looking at.
For sure. What a great run by the man right there. Now, next up to run the 40 is Nicholas ercolano, and this is going to be pure speed here. I personally believe, I think that he's going to be the fastest of them all, but we shall see coming up here in a minute. Nick is now getting ready to run. What is your prediction real quick?
Oh, he's a real gunner. I'm going to go 5.5. I just want to throw that out there. I mean, he's a great slot receiver, so I'd love to see what he can do here in this run.
Okay. Back onto the field. Nick is getting ready to run, and he is off. Look at that speed right there. Amazing. And your prediction may have been right. What did you say, 5.5?
I said right around 5.5. I think he's got great burst. He's got finishing speed. He's got that closing speed. It's what you look at. Very, very, very good run.
Very beautiful to watch with your eyes. Now, next up on here is Stevie One Goddamn Chain, and that man just ran faster than my eyes could see. What do you think about that run real quick?
Yeah, I got clocked out at a 5.7. Excellent speed off the line. Love it. Had good closing speed. Animal obviously looking a lot bit lacking here when looking at the rest of the class so far.
Yes, sir. Next up here is Nicholas Snacks. Now, will he run as fast as the other Nick? Who really knows? Or will he falter at the line? We shall see here. Coming up next, real quick, shout out to Play Tex Tampons.
Obviously.
They are a huge sponsor of us. We love them. Now, Nick is getting ready at the line, and he is about to send off, but he just seems like he has no idea what the fuck to do. I don't think he did any training. I don't think he's ever watched the 40 before today.
Yeah, he's clearly struggling off the line here. I mean, you want to see some professionalism immediately, and you don't really get that. Obviously, a few practice reps here. We're out of practice time, buddy. You got to get going on the run.
Honestly, this is just about as Bush League as it fucking gets. I'm surprised this did not get canceled due to the recent coronavirus outbreak, but this may inject me with some coronavirus because of how embarrassing this was. Look how he begins to start. He's just straight on the ground on all fours. He is ready to fucking go, but will he even be able to get off the line here? Let's see. He's running, he's off, and he absolutely busts ass right here. Absolutely embarrassing, if I'm going to be honest with you. What did you think about the 5 yards of the 40 that he ran?
Man, I'll tell you, those first 2 yards were absolute speed. I would have loved to see him finish it. Obviously, eats the dirt there at the end, eats the fucking clay. But, I mean, what a disappointing run from a suspected top 5 round corner.
Honestly, he was looking like Usain Bolt out the gate, but then he faltered very quickly. Now, his second attempt here, I don't know, typically they make you wait to go twice, but he said, fuck it, I'm going again. And he did the exact same thing. Unbelievable.
Your shoes were untied, bud.
Gets up, and he runs to the end. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if you're allowed to fall in the 40. Personally, probably not, but a 7.79 is not the hottest number, I believe. That is not what I would look to be doing, but if they let him go again, typically you can't even go twice in a row. He's going 3 times in a row. He said, fuck the rules of the combine. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, tenacity was key on that last run. I love him getting up, but, they give him a third attempt here. think this is more for shits and giggles, want to see him eat the grass again. And, he's digging, and he does again.
Unbelievable. This is why this kind of a guy, he is going to fall down draft boards. His stonks are at an all-time low right now. As you can see, the crowd is laughing at him. Unbelievable. Look at the disgust on his face right now.
This kid's wearing Skechers on the field. I don't really think that helps him. Obviously, you want to get a good pair of cleats out there. The Skechers 1s, the Walmart 11s, they aren't going to help you here running the 40.
For sure. Now, next off the line here, look at that absolute speed by Max. Yet again, bursting onto the scene, but starting to slow down towards the end there. What do you think happened there?
Again, similar run to the last time. Obviously, the closing speed is god-awful. I would hate to see him get after a quarterback. I feel like he'd gas out halfway through.
For sure. And Nicholas, yet again, off the mark, super fast. Yet again, looking like the Flash out there. He is speeded, as the great Lightning McQueen would say, 5.5. What are you thinking there?
Yeah, well, he ran a 5.3 there. Very, very good run. Obviously better than my prediction. I mean, this is the kind of thing you want here. Better than the predictions.
For sure. And lastly here, we got our main man, Stevie One Chain, running like he has to run because he lost the fantasy league. Yet again, a 5+ yet again here for Stevie One Chain.
Yeah, it looks like he's struggling to get across there. I don't know. May have pulled a hammy going through it. That was a rough run for Stevie there.
For sure. Nick ended up running the fastest out of all of them. Will that make his stocks go up in the draft in 2020? Who really knows? Because we are commentators and we do not know anything. They hire us for some weird reason, but thank you very much. What did you think about that drill as a whole?
Oh, excellent speed from Nick, obviously. We saw a real issue with closing speed there with Stevie and with Max. I think they're gassing out towards the end. It shows long distance speed is going to be rough for them. Obviously, Stevie's performing as a quarterback, so we can't really judge his speed too much. Pocket presence is what I want to look at with him when he starts throwing the ball.
Peyton Manning-esque elite pocket presence. Now, onto the next drill here. We have the 3-cone drill, one that DK Metcalf did phenomenal in last year. So let's get right into this 3-cone drill here. Now, our first contestant is going to be Mr. Max the Animal. Look at that stance right there. He is lined up like a winner, like he is going to win this shit and take it home for all of the boys back home. Now, look at that speed around the corner, but is he going to slow down here towards the end? Boom. It is over in a mere 8 seconds. I think that may be faster than what DK Metcalf ran last year. What are you thinking?
It definitely wasn't there, Nick. I mean, obviously, this is a half-decent run. Obviously, his footwork is horrible, really rough stuff here, but gets through the drill, unlike some other people will see.
All right, next up here is Nicholas Ercolano, Nicky E. Now, look at that. Look at that run. He almost falters there. He almost pulled a snacks, but he makes it through. He's running back to the home stretch, and he makes it. He did not end up collapsing there. Pretty solid run there. What are you thinking?
Best footwork in the class, and I think it's evident here in the 3-cone. I mean, we see him absolutely kill it on the first 2 and gets around on the second one more efficiently than what we saw with Max. Excellent job.
Unbelievable. He killed that shit like his name was O.J. Simpson. Next up here, we have Mr. Stevie One Chain. Look at that speed early here at the beginning. Not the footwork we'd love to see, though, but obviously much better than Max's. It looks like he is not on ice skates, and he finishes here with an 8.45.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, looking like he's run from the cops here. I mean, obviously quite a rough run, but, gets it done, gets through it, no problem. Obviously, again, quarterback, we aren't expecting too much.
Exactly. Great, solid work out of there from a quarterback. And our first attempt here from Mr. Nicholas Snacks here. What do you think he does? He's going to be false yet again. This is just embarrassing. But somehow he may end up making it through here. Holy shit, he made it.
I'll tell you, you got to take off the Skechers here, bud. I mean, this is a joke. You're rolling around like you're on rollerblades. I mean, slipping everywhere. Obviously, the grip is not good, but I appreciate the tenacity and getting through the drill,
Honestly, unbelievable work there. The fact that he even got up should be an accomplishment in itself. Now, what a run there by him. Surprisingly, he actually made it through without leaving here in a casket. So I am very, very surprised. Now, the 3-cone drill winner was Nicky Ercolano. Obviously, no one else stood a chance. That man has the footwork like he's Calvin Johnson, like he's one of those top flight receivers in the NFL. Do you have anything else, any other takeaways from this drill?
Oh, well, no surprise here. I mean, we all knew Nick was coming in with the greatest speed and the greatest footwork, obviously playing slot wide receiver. I mean, he definitely knows how to get it done on the speed, and I'd love to see what he can do later on in these drills, though. It's important.
For sure. He definitely fits that mold of a slot wide receiver. He is white, so he is perfect for the job. Next drill here is the pass competition drill. Who do you think, before we get into it, is going to take home the gold here in the pass?
Oh, well, I'd love to see Stevie deliver a great passing performance here. Obviously, we think Max will be a dud. We think Snacks will continue to flop here at the combine, but yeah, I'd love to see Stevie get it done. And obviously, we saw some Mohamed Sanu type action from Nick here, so I think he could really express his talent in this drill as well.
For sure. Let's get right into it here. Now, our first competitor will likely be Max, but who really knows? We can see them warming up right now, and he launches it. Nick E. Snacks with a absolute piss missile, potentially. The camera angle here is not very hot because I have no idea how far that went. That could have went 6 feet in front of him. It went 27 total yards. What were you thinking about that form right there?
Oh, well, the form was rough. Obviously, I can't expect too much. I mean, he's sitting here as a cornerback right now, playing on the defensive end, delivering the ball 27 yards. That should be, if you get a pick six, how far you shoot it up in the stands. So 27 yards is pretty good.
Honestly, not too bad. Now, next up here is a high school phenom, Mr. Stevie One Chain, to throw the rock like an absolute legend. Looking like maybe a Pat Mahomes-esque throw here, 70 yards out of the stadium. What are you thinking Stevie does here?
Yeah, Stevie's a good quarterback at Emerson High School. We love what he can do here. Obviously playing in the home field, so can't be too rough. And I think he's going to deliver an absolute missile here on his first attempt.
He's going to be thinking back to those days when the girls were throwing their bras on the field for Stevie One Chain. So let's see how he throws that ball. What a nice throw there, actually. Looking pretty fly, but we still do not know how far this went. What a
fucking cannon. What a fucking cannon. I mean, beautiful. And absolutely shoots it down the field. Gets about 45 yards on there. Hopefully he's looking about like Justin Herbert, can't deliver the deep ball, but no worries there.
Next up is Nicky E., the founder of Big Dogs Got E. Let's see what he does here. That form was fucking beautiful. I think I have a stain in my pants. What a throw. Let's see what he finishes here with. Look at that form. Honestly beautiful. An absolute dart for about probably, I would say, over 40 yards. He threw that shit over the moon into the next century. Who really knows how far that went? 49 total yards, almost
49.
50.
An absolute beauty. I mean, we're hoping he'd cusp over the 50-yard mark, but can't be disappointed. 49 yards, an absolute cannon there.
Yeah, can't be too mad at that if you are Nick. Now, the final competitor to come up here is obviously going to be Max. Now, I honestly do not believe he'll be able to throw the ball more than 7 yards, but we shall see. That big body may cause for a huge cannon burst coming out here. What do you think he does here real quick?
He may fall on his ass here. We never know, but here's the throw, and absolute beautiful. He's a little spin out there at the end. I think it's about 30 yards.
A bit of an Olympic 360 there. He threw a certified bomb there. Let's see how far it went. He says that he is nervous for the cameras, but that is just an absolute pussy maneuver. He threw the ball a total of 29 yards. Absolutely embarrassing, to be honest with you. If you are Max, I would go home and cry about that one. Now, our last competitor here, we have Nicky Snacks yet again with a certified piss missile, but he's looking disappointed because that probably went 7 yards.
Yeah, it looked about like a 15-yard completion here. Absolute duck floating through the sky. I think you guys get out your shotguns ready. I mean, we're getting ducks flying all over the place in this one.
Honestly, that was 27 yards, but that could have been 6 feet. I have no idea. But Stevie One Chain yet again out there throwing a certified bomb. Who would have thought that he would have been this good? Probably everyone, because he was a quarterback in high school. Now he is about 70 years old, so I'm surprised he was able to throw it there. 43 total yards for Stevie One Chain. What a throw.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I think some people getting the little crow hop there to start the throw is really benefiting them. Stevie's like, fuck that. I'm going to throw it off my back foot, and we're going to deliver this one 43 yards, an absolute cannon for him.
Absolutely beautiful for him. Now, Nicholas E. is back up yet again, throwing like a goddamn god. Now, that short selection with the leggings does not look too hot to me, but what do I know? I am not a fashionista. 45 total yards for Mr. Nicky E. And next up here, we got Max trying to throw it again, but he does do that 360.
Yeah, Mr. Tanya Harding here, little 360 there at the end. Not too thrilled with his maneuvers here. Obviously, the technique isn't great, and ships that one 40 feet out of bounds instead of 40 feet down the sideline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 39 yards. I'm not even sure that should count. That shit went wide right like my penis. What a absolute win by Nicholas Ercolano there. Next up, we have the punt catching drill. Now, what were you thinking about that last drill there? Were you thinking that someone was a bit of a surprise there, or was it all normal to you?
I tell you, I think Max should take his attempts here into figure skating. I think he'd be very good. Put up maybe challenge those Russian judges, maybe get a 10 score. I don't know, but As far as actually throwing the ball here, I really like what Animal was able to do. Just kidding. Obviously, Nick was great, and I love what Stevie was able to do. This was a drill we needed Stevie to shine, and I think he did that. The back foot cannon is absolutely beautiful.
I think if Max and Snacks joined together to win the Olympic gold medal, it would 100% happen. We saw in the 3-cone drill, Snacks absolutely sliding around there like a Russian princess, and then Max doing a bit of a 360 action here in that drill. What a great and outstanding day it has been so far. On to the next event, the punt catching competition here. Who do you think ends up winning this second to last drill of the day?
I think we end up winning, in all honesty. I think being able to see Snacks in another drill is absolutely hilarious for us. I think we're the ones that are going to end up winning this drill.
For sure. This has been quite the amazing day. Shout out to Playtex Tampons. Now on to the punt catching drill. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I'm not sure who is going to be able to actually punt the ball, but the first punt is up to Max, and he absolutely fumbles the bag there. Unbelievable. Now, the next punt up here, if Max does not catch it, I am going to be quite embarrassed. He looks like the type of build where he'd be able to easily catch the punt. Now, the second punt is up, and it is good. Nope, and it is good. He actually secures it. I thought.
Yeah, a little bit of juggling there. May want to join the circus after this one. Interesting technique taken there.
Interesting technique. He could join Antonio Brown in the circus. What a third catch there. Beautiful. 2 of 3. Not looking too bad. A 6.66 percentage. Now, Nicky Snacks, the punt is up in the air, and he catches it. What an absolute beauty of a move from the Ginger God.
It takes a knee. Yeah, it takes a knee at the end of that one. Obviously, we want to see a nice return there at the end, but no worries.
Obviously, in support of Colin Kaepernick, what a great job there. Now, the second one, he returns yet again. 2 for 2.
Heisman
Throws up the Heisman. Beautiful, amazing.
Yeah, obviously, he finished 198th in the Heisman voting in college, so obviously some solid stuff coming out of him from college.
For sure. Amazing there. 198th. There's only like 3,000. So, he did pretty good. Now, the third punt is up. It is going back. Nick is eyeing it down, and he falls. Does he catch it? And he does not make a football move. It has been dropped. Embarrassing. I thought he was going to catch that here, but now Nicholas is up 2 of 3 for Snacks. Now, Nick eyes to get that perfect 3 for 3 if it was up, and he fucking drops it early here.
Yeah, something in the wind. It's got to be. I mean, this is a joke of a track down. Obviously, got to do a lot to make it up in these next 2 if he wants to tie the boys here.
There was clearly something in his eye there. Now, he throws it back. Absolute cannon yet again, but that does not have anything to do with winning this punt drill. Nick is looking down. He's looking up. He's trekking back, and it is actually right to him. He caught it. If he dropped that, that would have been quite embarrassing for the people at home. My grandmother in her wheelchair probably could have caught that one. Now, the third punt is about to come flying up here for Nicholas here. Do you think he goes 3 for 3?
No, because he's already dropped 1. It's impossible to go 3 for 3.
Nope. He went 2 for 3. He went 2 for 3. What an outstanding catch, to be honest, there. But that takes away from the fact. Doesn't take away from anything, actually. He just missed the first one. An embarrassment. It was so bad that I actually forgot it from my memory. Last up here is Stevie One Chain. Now, what happened to his second chain? Great catch.
Oh, well, I don't know, but I'll tell you, that was a ballerina kick from whoever's delivering these. Obviously, didn't even have to move to catch the first one. Wonderful job by the chain.
Pat McAfee-esque. What a kick. What a catch. What a fucking catch. Unbelievable footwork there to bring that one down.
Obviously, horrible job tracking that down. If you got a fall like that on a ball, it's about an inch away from you, but still makes the catch. Can't judge it too much.
Yeah, the sun can't be in his eyes because he chose to wear a hat to this drill. A bit of an unorthodox thing at the combine. Now the third kick is up, and it is good. 3 for 3 like a free throw for Stevie One Chain. He ends up winning the field punting competition. What a absolute beauty there from him. Now, I do believe that they do go ahead and do it again since Stevie One Chain technically does not count as the winner. So they are going to do it again here. In sudden death, Max goes back and he makes the catch there. Did he make a football move? Yes, he did. What a catch there by Max.
Yeah, and obviously wearing the Emerson jersey, so flexing a little bit on the field as well.
For sure. Snacks with an amazing dive. That was fucking beautiful. God damn, you dirty bitch, Snacks. What a catch. And then Nick up here trekking the ball, going forward, and catch. What an easy catch there. Stevie One Chain can throw. He can punt. He can do it all. And the next kick up is up, and away. Holy shit. What a leap there by Max the Animal there. I didn't know he could even get up that high, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Yeah, can I get an animal comp for him right now? I'm thinking maybe an orangutan, but I think at this point, that's really going to help him out here with his skills.
Absolute jump of the century, looking like
Oh,
Kareem Hunt in that one picture where he's like 9 feet above everyone else. What an
looking like
absolute
Super Mario trying to get some coins from one of those mystery boxes.
for sure. Snacks tracking back, and he just easily catches it, both knees on the ground. Typical for Snacks. What a great catch.
Yeah, well, that's the position we expected him to be in most of this game here.
And Nick with yet another beautiful catch. Now, this one might be going on for a while here. This sudden death is going to be quite intense here. Max, the kick is up. And will it be good?
Oh,
He did not catch it. Fucking Butterfingers. Feet for hands by Max there. It's the ones that are so easy that you won't catch there.
and he goes ass up in the air. He understands he's failed himself here. Next play is your Snacks. And a wonderful track down.
Yet again, just using his eyes, using that vision, using that knowledge that I honestly thought he did not have to catch that ball. The Skechers really helping him out there. Did not end up fumbling the ball, just like his predecessor, Max. Now the kick is up for Nick here. He's going right, and he absolutely drops the ball. Unbelievable. It was right in front of his hands. Nelson Aguilar Jr. drops the ball, and Mr. Stacks is crowned kind of the victor here, even though Stevie One Chain is the true winner. Snacks with a honestly outstanding performance, considering of how bad he has done in the last couple of drills. Now, the final drill here is the field goal drill. What were you thinking about the last drill? Did you have a fun time watching them kick those punts and receive them?
Oh, I did. I love seeing them fall on their ass a few times. That was beautiful. But I'll tell you, Snacks really surprised me. I think this was a needed drill to win for him. He's obviously been flopping this whole combine, but really showed up in the punt catching. I think that was needed.
For sure. He looked pretty fine here. That may have moved his stonks from being at an all-time low to being potentially undrafted to maybe sneaking in there to the final day of the draft. Now, as we move on to the kicking competition, who do you think here has the Dustin Colquitt leg or the Justin Tucker leg? Who are you thinking here?
Yeah, well, I think we're going to see another disappointing performance from Snacks here. I don't really see any of these guys sitting in their wheelhouse for field goal kicking. Obviously, maybe Max can use some of that weight to power in his legs to deliver a beauty through the post.
Maybe his freak athleticism here will help him out here. But the first guy up to kick the ball here is Nicholas Snacks. What a form here. He kicks it up, and it just goes absolutely fucking nowhere. If that was an onside kick, that may have been the best one I've ever seen, but it was not. It was a field goal. Embarrassing work there.
I'll tell you, if we're playing soccer, that's a beautiful delivery. We go on to his next one, and this time even misses the goals for the soccer field little thingy as well. So
a goal is what it is called, Tyler.
Goal.
Now, honestly, that second kick was just about as embarrassing as his 40 time. But as we see here, the third kick is up, and it is holy shit. What did he eat this morning? What a miracle. The miracle on ice has no comparison to that. The fact that that ball went through those uprights, honestly, is just a American beauty there.
Oh, puts the arms up in the air. He deserves that one. 1 for 3 on the day.
Not Snacks. Max going up. He kicks it, and it is somehow good. A little bit to the left, a bit wildly, but he was using that weight, like you said. Freak athlete of a kick there. It goes up straight through.
Yeah, I said he was my pick to win the this combine event here.
For sure. His second kick, he is wearing that headband, channeling his inner Noah. Now he is going to be kicking the ball here. It is up, and it is left, and it is wide left, like his name was Dan Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, absolute dud here from the kick. Probably scooped it a little too low, probably kicked up more grass than he did the ball.
The sun is clearly in his eyes. Now he kicks it up. Is that good? Let's see from another angle. Oh, it goes right through. Beautiful shot there from Max, the animal. 2 for 3.
2 for 3.
Honestly wonderful. Now Nicky E is up. The kick is up, and it is good. Straight through the middle. Hey, diddle, diddle. Ray Rice up the middle. Great.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, that's probably the best kick we've seen all night. Probably the best we will see. Absolute beautiful delivery, shooting it through the post there.
For sure. Look at him laying down here, just telling us something that we cannot hear here in the broadcast. And he goes up for his second kick. It is up, and it is wide left. Embarrassing. Now, the third kick here is going to be coming up here. Now, he kicks the ball. It is up. It goes left. He hit a doink. You can call him whatever the name of that kicker was. Embarrassing.
That's a Parky kick right there. Absolute joke here to close out his kicking performance. The double doink here may want to join Max here in the circus.
For sure. Unbelievable kick there. Honestly, the fact that he hit the post may be more comparable to the fact that that is good, honestly. The fact that he didn't miss by a bazillion yards to the left may be impressive, but at the end of the day, that does not count. Hitting the post will not give you anything. So what did you think of this combine so far? Then we're going to get into a breakdown of the combine and potentially an interview with one of the players.
Yeah, well, we still got the broad jump to go. I'd like to see what kind of distance these boys can put out. Obviously, I think think Nick's going to run away with that one as well. Obviously, we see some physical athleticism from Nick that's blowing out the rest of the competition. But when it's coming to skills, I'm seeing some surprises here. Obviously, Max winning the field goal. May want to pick up some kicking skills for himself, obviously, on the defensive end. But as well with Snacks, who's just a wonderful job when it came to punt catching. I think that's a surprise position he may find himself in.
For sure. Now, honestly, the play text tampons, the screen over here in front of me, did not write down that we have the broad jump or the fact that Stevie One Chain is going to kick. So we have been bamboozled. Fuck you, play text tampons, for screwing me over here. You are no longer the sponsor of this video. So let's get into
now sponsored by Frank's Red Hot. Put that in your tampons. That's not going to help you, will it?
For sure. Get that burning cooch. Let's get right into it here. Stevie One Chain with, oh my fucking God, shades of Snacks. Unbelievable kick there. Goes literally nowhere. Now, he goes to kick again at a wide left. Yet again, these guys love kicking the ball to the left. I'm not sure if they know how to go to the right. Now, the third and final kick from Stevie One Chain here. Maybe he will potentially, but maybe is he dead? Nope, he's alive. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm getting something in my ear right now. It's apparently a stub toe. I'm pretty sure it's going to be classified as turf toe to save himself from embarrassment. But what an awful kick there.
An AJ Green-esque bitch out here. Let's see. Oh, look how he grabs that toe. Unbelievable here. We need to get the stretcher out here for Stevie One Chain. Look at the distress in his face. He looks depressed. He looks mad. He looks like Peter Griffin, as one would say.
Well, I'll tell you. It works well with the Jets jersey. Just absolute disappointment here in the kicking. Definitely not happy seeing an absolute flop here. Only 2 attempts, looking like Snacks were on the 40.
Honestly, unbelievable. Maybe if you put his other chain hung up there behind the post, he might have been able to go get it. But at the end of the day, that was just a certified embarrassment for the boys back home in the New York Football Jets. Now, right here, we got the broad jump here. I am not sure how any of these guys are going to get anything here. I'm not sure how they're all not going to bust their goddamn heads open. But we shall see here. Who's your prediction to win here?
Yeah, I tell you, the physical abilities of Nick have just been blowing out everyone. But I would really like to see a great broad jump from Max here. Obviously, he's got that incredible animal instincts and really extend those legs, power through. He's got to put up a good broad here.
For sure here. Now, look at him. He's looking real ready here. He doesn't know the form here, but he's got it. Trust me, guys. He has got it. Look at that jump. He is off and, bent over there. Not too bad, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he probably got in about a stride of someone walking is probably about the distance he got in that jump. Very disappointing.
Nicky E is off, and actually that was not too bad. He actually got some air right there, looking like Michael Jordan Jr., far passing what Max did.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, wide receiver averages, they're looking right around that time. Really like that broad. Excellent job there by Nick.
For sure. Now, Snacks jumps pretty far there, but at the beginning it was looking like he was going to have to walk the plank because he was stumbling there, but he gets off, and he's at about the same range as Nick, maybe slightly further. Honestly, not too bad coming out from the man with the Skechers. I thought the Skechers would get messed up in the sand, but let's see where they place him here.
Obviously, we see the placement there. Nick absolutely blows out everyone else, and you got Nick Snacks just escaping Max's clutches here for distance on the jump.
Somehow, Stevie One Chain, after having turf toe, somehow makes it out there and actually doesn't jump too bad for a man with one leg. Maybe he could have some use from Greg Olson. He could donate his third leg. What a jump there by Stevie, one leg.
Yeah, I can't be disappointed with that jump. We obviously see Max stepping up to the line here. Very disappointing last time. I want to see him get a good leap here.
Honestly, he's got to send it like Mario. I know you used that comparison earlier, but it's just beautiful here. Look at it. Oh, look at that ass as he jumps. God damn, he threw it down there.
Yeah, that time looking more like Waluigi using that length. A beautiful jump there by Max. Obviously disappointed with the placement. Not happy at all. Seeing that freak instinct being a little freaky on the broad jump field with the judges on the side. But you know what? Take what you can get. Excellent jump there for Max.
Just like in the NFL, the combine refereeing is not too hot here as well. So as we can see here, Nick is getting ready to jump. He is moving his arms. He is getting ready to go. Look at that camera work from behind him, zooming in on his ass, and he jumps. Holy shit. That was beautiful.
What length? What length? I think that's what we'll be screaming about all draft is the length he gets on these jumps. Obviously, he's sitting here weighing in at 5'11" on the height. So beautiful jump there using that height.
Snacks yet again with not too bad of a jump. Now his Skechers may be getting in the way of him planting down there at the end, but Stevie One Chain jumps and he was nowhere near before. But what did you expect out of a man with one leg?
Yeah, I mean, you can't be too disappointed here. You're sitting as a quarterback. I ain't going to expect you to leap the whole sand pit here, but I'll take what I can get for him. Great job by the one chain.
For sure. Honestly, a great event here at the Combine. What a beautiful day. Now, here we are going to be breaking down what happens next. And maybe in the middle of this, we can get a player interview from two of the NFL teams. They recorded it for us. Honestly, huge shout out to those guys. So first, we're actually going to go get right into that interview. I'm going to send it to my boys over there now.
Hello, guys. This is my scouting prospect of the Nick Snacks over here. Very, very excited to jump into this player interview. I'm Eric Stokes, head scout from the Carolina Panthers. I'll be conducting this player interview along with my scout over here to the left or right of me.
Hello, my name is Dick Pound of the Detroit Lions. Today we are going to be getting into an in-depth interview with Nicky Snacks over here to figure out what really happened at the Combine and what he can do better. So we are going to begin with these short questions to ask him. You can go first.
Yep. All right. You're on a volcano in New Jersey in a bus going 100 miles per hour. Are you sitting in the front, middle, or back of that bus?
I am sitting in the front. I'm going down with the ship. I'm a leader. I'm a leader of men. I'm going down with the ship. I'm sitting in the front of the bus.
Are you taking the wheel, sir?
Absolutely. I don't trust anybody but myself. I'm taking the wheel. I will get everybody to safety somehow, some way. It's in my blood. It's in my DNA to fix problems, and that's exactly what I would do.
I like it.
Great answer there. Now, some scouts are telling me that you do not have the speed, size, or knowledge to compete at the NFL level. Some are telling you that you're comparable to Daniel Jones. What are your thoughts?
Listen, first of all, the scouts that would be an accurate call because Daniel Jones is a stud. He's a future Hall of Famer after 1 year, so I take pride in that comparison. I think the scouts are off base. I think when they start breaking down the real film, the intangibles, all of the little things that make a player great, they will see that they're missing something in this guy right here. Listen, you want to sit down and room with me? You'll find out right away. Leadership qualities, selflessness, all of these different things, all these intangibles that make a player great. That's what they don't see. That's what they will see when they finally sit down and talk with me.
Honestly, that was a great answer. That was not what I was expecting to hear. Now back to you, Eric.
Yeah. The Battle of Stalingrad was the largest fought battle of World War II. During the battles that took place, covered over a span of 6 months, some believe it was the Russians' ability to hold off until the winter months to finally defeat the German troops. What are your thoughts on this, and do you agree with their tactic?
Well, I would have to disagree with anything Russia does. Not a fan of the Russians. So wherever there's a chance for me to give them credit, I will not do it. Doesn't matter how strategic they were. I appreciate good coaching. I appreciate good leadership and management, but I will not stand next to a Russian and give them the credit they deserve. So the hell with them.
Okay, we do not like the Russians here. So the great Sammy Watkins once said that there was lizard people. What do you believe? Do you believe that there are lizard people on this earth?
I'm going to go hard no. Sammy Watkins has always come off as a dumbass and not a fan of his either. So I don't really like many people. Sammy Watkins is definitely on the people of my hatred list. So I will not agree with lizard people. He's an idiot. He should check himself in the mirror.
I do not appreciate the profanity there. Make sure you write that down.
Yeah.
Family show. I apologize.
That's okay, sir. Let's just keep moving on with the interview. 1 second. Lack of history knowledge. Can't read. Okay, we'll move on with my next question. Watergate was known to be the first major political scandal in the U.S., which saw an attempt at Richard Nixon to cover up an attempt to gain political insights into the DNC. This led to the end of Nixon's re-election campaign and the end of his presidency. If Nixon wasn't impeached, would you have voted for him?
100%. He's doing everything he can to better himself and the country and his own mindset. So absolutely, I'm going to stand by that guy. 100%. 100%. Anything for a W. Anything for a W. Absolutely.
Very strong.
That's a team player.
We like to see that. Now, the final question here from the Detroit Lions. Obviously, here we give a lot of hard-hitting answers or questions. That is why we actually have such a high success rate of hitting in the NFL draft. That's why we are so strong at it. So if you're dying tomorrow, what 3 songs are you going to listen to from these 2000s female artists? Because they are very important to us. We listen to them every day, at practice. It really leads to a successful organization. From Kesha, Beyonce, and 50 Cent, which 3 songs are you going to be taking from each of those artists? 1 song each.
Okay. Beyonce, nothing. Kesha, I'm sorry, 1 song each?
Yes, from each.
1 song each, sir.
Okay. Well, I'll start. Then I guess I have to pick a Beyonce song. I will start with 50 Cent, and it'll be Many Men, because that's probably my favorite song ever. Love that song. And here's where I'm going to come into a little bit of a problem. Kesha, I don't think I can name 1 song. So if you put it on for me, I might not know who Kesha is. And that's, that's the nature of the beast and the nature of my music knowledge. And Beyonce, I am going to have to say Single Ladies.
Yeah, I have to ask this question, sir. What would 50 Cent have to do to make himself $1?
I'm sorry. That one got me. What would 50 Cent have to do to make himself $1? Can he I guess he'd have to clone himself, right? Is that really like 50 cent plus 50 cents is $1? Is that an outrageous answer? We're in the year 2020. I think anything scientifically is possible. So that's how he's gonna. That's your wide, broad, ridiculous answer of how 50 Cent can make himself $1.
Very strong answer here. Now, actually, I have one final question here. The Detroit Lions organization really views this question as something super high up for us. Are you more of a butt guy or a boobs guy? Let me know here.
Yeah, that's a good question, and I think all the prospects should be asked this question because at the end of the day, it's important. The butt. I think the butt is it's the strongest part of your body and the one that probably gets looked at the most. So you really want to have a firm, tight butt, and that's where I lean. I go there. Both are integral parts to the body, and 2 integral parts that we care and cherish. But if I have to pick one, and then the Detroit Lions are asking me to answer this real and confidently, going butt.
Okay, thank you for that answer. We really appreciate that. Now, Eric, do you have anything else to say here?
Yeah, final question. We polled 69 Americans. We believe you have Italian background. Is that correct? A little bit of Italian heritage. That is correct. How many ingredients on average when polling these people do they say are involved when making a lasagna?
How many people? Can we repeat the last part of that question real quick?
Absolutely. To simplify it, the average ingredients that they came up with to make a lasagna, where around was that number for the study of the poll?
Of the 69 people.
Yeah.
Nice.
69 great Italians.
Yeah. Every Italian's great. Ingredients on lasagna. I'm going to go 7.
I had an average of 8.6. That'll be ending my interview.
Thank you very much for coming in here today. This is all we have to hear. There's great questions here we have learned today. So thank you very much for coming, and we will call you back potentially later for maybe another interview, or maybe you just might be the man drafted to the Detroit Lions organization or the Carolina Panthers. So thank you for coming.
Oh! Listen, Mr. Pound, I appreciate your sensible reasoning as to a possible draft pick, but Eric, I'm going to call you by your first name, okay? Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, all right? You're going to pass up on this. You're going to pass up on leadership, quiet intangibles, silent assassin, everything you need to know. Boom. You are going to regret that for the rest of your life if you don't draft me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. We had to conduct this online due to the recent coronavirus outbreak. I know multiple people who have it, including Eric's mother. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And we are in here to the breakdown. Tyler, let's get into it.
Absolutely. So we just saw the combine, some excellent numbers. Obviously, we see the combine review and a prospect interview from the Carolina Panthers and Detroit Lions. So excited to see that joint interview. Nikki Snacks, absolutely beautiful delivery on some of those questions. So really, really great stuff. And then we're going to jump into my breakdown real quick. Obviously, I threw this together in about a span of 15 minutes after the combine. So put this one together. So far what we're looking at. So obviously we see Nick blows out the combine. Excellent 40. We see an excellent broad. Getting some comparisons. Obviously, that was a slight guesstimate on the broad, but not worrying about it, about in the right range. When we're looking at the breakdowns, though, Nick, closing speed. I mean, I figure you would have seen that, yeah?
For sure. That closing speed was honestly beautiful. None of those other guys could finish at all. They were looking slow down the stretch, but Nick, on the other hand, was looking fast as fuck.
Yeah, and one thing we did want to take into account here when we're putting together these stat breakdowns is their beer limits. Obviously, we look at you, Nick, you put together this kind of beer limit. How are you feeling about the stats that they're able to put down at the bar?
Honestly, these stats are looking pretty good aside from one man here now. We know Maxi lightweight over here with 3 White Claws. Honestly, most white girls at the bar could finish down more than that before they are as hammered as Max gets. Now, these big dogs got to eat that pussy. But like I said, 3 White Claws is not going to be looking super hot for him. Stevie in one chain was 7, a bit of an impressive number. Now, I'm not sure if this is their are they going to be puking after this? I am not too sure.
Oh, they're going to be out. Oh, definitely.
I think Nick might be absolutely black out here at 9. Same thing with Snacks. I'm not even sure how Snacks gets to 9. Now, I figured that he would be able to power through because the Giants are going to end up losing, and he is not going to end up getting drafted, and he's going to be crying. We're listening to that, so he's going to need to drink to forget, especially after his poor performance in this combine. So 9 for Snacks is not too shabby. And Nick, finishing with 9 beers, but about 37 margaritas there. He loves those margs, and he can sling those down. Now, if we're looking at the height of these guys, they're all around the same height here. 5'11" for Nicky E. Nicky Snacks 5'8", Max 5'8", and Stevie 5'9". They are a bunch of short kings under 6 feet. You got anything to say about that?
Yeah, not really looking at height too much here with kind of the position lineup. We look at Snacks 5'8" is not a worry for him in slot corner. Nicky 5'11" is beautiful for a slot wide receiver. It works perfect. Stevie at 5'9", obviously the line in front of him, he's not going to see over it. Probably only see the jersey numbers. He's going to have to work on getting out of the pocket, and I don't really like his speed to match with that. For
sure. Now, when we're looking at weight, how important do you weigh the weight into this?
Well, obviously, I think the only one we're really looking at for weight is Max. Put up a 205. I think that was very much underestimated. But no worries. 205 there for Max. Obviously, when we're looking at that, he's an outside linebacker kind of style coming into this draft. So 205 is not really the size we want. We want to see him put on some weight. I don't think that'll be necessary, though. I think he already has the body type for it.
For sure. His mustache is also going to be adding in a lot of weight and a lot of ladies to his repertoire. Now, what are we thinking about here? Just as an overall breakdown of Nick here, we'll start with him yet again.
Yeah, real quick, 27 years old. I don't know. I mean, he's got about a good, as a wide receiver, he's got more length and time than some of these guys do. About maybe 5 years in his career, which is unfortunate, getting a late start here, but obviously put up an impressive combine. When we're looking at it, we had a great closing speed. He had the most consistent 40s, 3-cone. The footwork was incredible. Burst through these drills were just wonderful. Obviously, we saw some impressive stuff when it came to the physical measurements. I'm kind of giving him a triple threat kind of style here. He's got the wide receiver aspect. He was slinging the ball at quarterback. And if we look back at his high school years, I'm pretty sure he was a point guard for his high school. So obviously he can do it all. If an NFL team needs him to step on the basketball court for a little bit, he can get it done. So that's impressive for him.
For sure. Honestly, was looking pretty solid out there besides from the kicking drill. But does your wide receiver really need to kick the ball? Absolutely fucking not. So a great overall look for Nicholas Ercolano. Now, what are you thinking about Snacks here?
Yeah, looking at Snacks, obviously the most disappointing combine. I think it absolutely tanked his stock, but I guess I'm not too worried about it. Pretty good coverage skills in some of his tape that I was watching. Obviously locked down on some slower receivers. That's no problem. You put him in the slot, you can kind of let him leak over into tight ends that are just leaking over into the slot. Obviously not dealing with physical wide receivers when you're covering the slot. So it kind of works for him. Body type works. He can take care of the slot position, does a really, really great job. Obviously, one thing I am concerned about is put up a broad jump comparison to a defensive tackle at a 105, so was not liking that at all. But I can't really complain too much outside of that. The film screams him. The combine, it hurts him. He's looking like J.K. Dobbins not showing up to the damn combine. But no worries, because I think his tape really screams what Snacks can do.
For sure. His tape did scream out, but what also screamed out to me was his knowledge in that combine interview. He did not
Oh.
seem very smart. He seemed to believe Daniel Jones was a good quarterback. Now, I'm not sure if he was under any drugs or any performance-enhancing drugs, any mental performance-enhancing drugs, but I don't know what he was on there. That is an absolute dog poop call because we keep it PG here. Actually, just kidding. That was a dog shit call. I don't know what he was thinking there over here on ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Yeah. And when we took his drug test and we tested the urine that he put in, it was similar to that of an 8-year-old female girl. So I don't even think it was his own urine he was submitting into the testing. But I can't really worry about that too much. I don't know where he's getting that urine. Where this 8-year-old girl is, it's peeing for him. It's very disturbing. Some investigations going into that, but no worries. I think combine, we can throw that away. We look at his tape.
Yeah, for sure. Now, the next guy we're going to move on to here is Max the Animal. Now, what were you thinking about his combine overall?
Yeah, Max is a chunky man. We saw that. We knew that coming in. We want to see what he could do with that size. And my goodness, I think the one biggest complaint, the man needed 2 hours to finally get warm. I mean, he was complaining about that the whole time. I think that's an absolute joke, though. Don't give excuses. Put out performance. I really like what he was able to do in the kicking drill. I think it has zero effect on his game coming up. But I predicted him to be an outside linebacker. I think he's got the speed. He can get after quarterbacks with that immediate speed. Obviously, you chase him for any too long, or Max is basically going to be outwinded on the floor. But obviously, great initial speed, has the size, and can cover tight ends if he needs to slip over and make sure he can cover them. Obviously, we saw in some tape some good coverage of him doing that.
For sure. He looked pretty good out there on the combine. He was also looking very good himself. What a charming young man. Now, honestly, I think we should just move on here. Not too much to say about Max. We're going to move on to the final guy here, and that is Mr. Stevie Uno/Dos Chain. What are you thinking about, Stevie?
Yeah, Stevie McChain over here. Pretty good 40, pretty consistent, probably about second in the 40. Gassed after 30 yards, though. We saw that. And man was laying on the floor. He was at hands on knees. It was a joke. Obviously coming out of Emerson High School, play with the home field. I don't really know what that has much of an effect to go with that. But, no worries. I think he put together a very, very good, solid combine. We weren't expecting too much. I would have liked to see a longer distance on the throwing, but tape shows he has great accuracy. That department is absolutely covered for him. Puts balls into great spots. Leads receivers. Love that in his tape. One thing I do want to see, though, is what can he do on the deep ball,
For sure. Now, we're going to move on to probably the most important part of this whole video, and that is Tyler's assessment amongst skills, or Tyler's ass. Let's get right into this. Can you explain to me how your ass is going to be working here?
Yeah, so Tyler's ass basically is a 1 to 10 prediction-based scoring that I give these guys. It's based off of humans, average human beings on the planet. So we take away all those muscle men. We take away those guys hitting the gym 7 days a week. Max, don't lie. We know you don't do that. And then we take away the athletes, and we kind of stick with a male population right around their age. So we have the age range of about 26 to 29. So we're looking at guys around 25 up into about 30. We're seeing where these guys are scaling, how they're averaging out. And we look at these predicted scores based on what my numbers and my math was generating here. Obviously, 1.1 to 1.9 is incapable of moving limbs. It's completely undraftable. I don't even want to mess with it. Number 2, you get a 2 to a 2.9. You're looking at about a sack of potatoes. Sadly, was given the gift of walking. It's unfortunate. You're looking at undrafted 7th round, useless pick. I mean, you're garbage. You're basically a kicker at the end there. No worries, though. 3 to 3.9. I mean, you're leaving special teams at least. I mean, so, you can get on the field for that. Maybe you're probably ended up forcing to baseball if you can't do anything too much. Probably a Tim Tebow style guy here going 6th round and any later than that. 4 to 4.9, at least your mom's proud. Dad isn't, never was. 5th rounder, not really too impressive there. Get off the field. You're lasting for a couple seasons, maybe through that rookie deal. Maybe, you kiss ass to the owner enough, you get yourself a second contract, but I don't really see it happening. You look at about 5 to 5.9, probably the kid that told you, he made JV as a freshman. So, big dick energy, but absolutely horrible when it comes to on field. So rough there. We see a lot of our guys come into this next range, though, 6 to 6.9, #nice. T.Y. Hilton was a 3rd round pick. This is where I'm kind of averaging this. And he made Luck retire. So, you clearly have that aspect of yourself that makes people not want to play with you. When we look at the 7 to 7.9 range, this is right where I put out about McChain here, so Mr. Stevie. You got solid numbers, but you're too much of a pussy to go in the first round. So you don't have that closing. You don't have that closing ability. You probably interview with shit. So you're looking at around the second rounder here. When you look at 8.8 to 8.9, you're a disappointment because you couldn't finish it and you couldn't get to the early first round. You're a joke to your organization. Johnny Manziel was at the end of the first round too. So you still have a chance to fuck this up even though going early. So definitely watch yourself. And then 9 to 9.9, let's not joke with ourselves. No one's going here. And if you are going here, you aren't going to get drafted here because no team's going to want to take this pick. Everyone's trading out of the positions.
For sure. Now, honestly, I know you compared Nick to Johnny Manziel there, but he could end up being Lamar Jackson. He could end up being a great late first-round pick, but if I'm being honest with you, I don't think he will be.
Yeah, I got him sitting here at an 8.2, obviously the highest of all the guys. Some impressive stuff. I really liked his overall tape. 8.2 is not too bad. I don't want to give him the full comp to Johnny Manziel, but this is kind of where the first pick's going to be because everyone's trading back, like we mentioned. I mean, we got all these teams in the top 15. They all want to get out of these picks because no one wants to take these kind of athletes.
For sure. Now, we are going to, if you got anything else to say here, or we can go to the next sport here.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, this was honestly a great time, guys. I hope that you guys did enjoy here on ESPN 8 The Ocho. And now we are going to pivot on to the next sport that is on TV. Since every other sport is canceled, we're going to move on to darts, throw it over there to Dixie Normus. Have a great rest of your day, fellas. Throw it back. Shout out to Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Put that shit on everything.